Whenever you're ready.
Alright, I want everybody to picture sitting in the lunchroom when you're in elementary school, waiting in line, going in, getting your chicken nuggets, your hash browns, your fruit cups, and your ice cream. And I want you to really think about how gross it really was, just the processed frozen foods that you were eating, the uncooked pizzas, the barely cooked corns. But that's just us in America. In Japan, none of that is in the schools. So I'm Sean Mayer, and today I'm going to tell you why America should pattern their school lunches like Japan's. The first thing, and one of the most important things, is Japan uses farm, fresh, whole ingredients in every single one of their meals. So the kids grow their own vegetables out in the back of the school, and they put it in their meals, and instead of getting it shipped in from a frozen food packing company, they but in America, they do make some homemade stuff, but most of it comes in on a frozen box truck where they just pop the stuff in the oven and everything is just reheated instead of cooked. The lunch ladies claim that they also make the things homemade, but we all really know that they just popped it in the oven and sat down for the 20 minutes that it took to cook. I know it sounds funny now, but some kids are scared of their lunch ladies just because it's a typical stereotype from movies, from TVs, the one scary lunch lady that everybody's afraid of. In Japan, that's also different because the students actually make their food. So, in Japan, each student gets a job to do for the week. They get the job of either setting the tables, food prep, or actually cooking. And they take extra precautions when they're cooking and before they do everything, make sure everything's sanitary, make sure everything's clean, and just normal safety precautions like with the knives, with the stove tops, with just everything. They put on masks so they don't spread extra diseases or spread any foodborne pathogens. And they actually cook pretty high-end meals too. They cook, an example of a meal is a fish dish with steamed rice. It's right here. It's a fish dish with a steamed rice and fresh soup, fresh vegetable soup, and and they always get a fruit for dessert. They don't get sweets, they don't get sugars, they get fruit, which also goes back to the healthiness of the foods. The students are also required to not bring in their own lunches from home because the teachers want them to at least try the meals that they create. And according to the Washington Post, in an article called What's on the Table in Japan, it explains on how they go through the meals and they try it, and it widens their palate so they don't get used to just one certain food. After the meal is over, it's pretty cool because they all clean up at the same time. But what they do is they run rags around the floor to clean up and start using a mop and a broom, and that teaches them cleanliness and also working as a team. Which brings me to my third point. It teaches them cooking meals and going through this whole lunchtime scenario teaches them important life lessons. So the life lessons, going back to it, teaches them they can learn how to cook, which can benefit all of us because we all wish that we knew how to cook better. Instead of making ramen noodles or just cereal every night, we can actually make different foods and put different ingredients together and try to make something delicious. It not only the cooking skills, but it teaches them how to work as a team and how to communicate. Because if they don't work together in their stations, nothing will go right. And the communication is also important because you can use the communication throughout their entire life. They can use it in their jobs, they can use it in the sports that they play, or just in the classroom during discussions. So, if America could just mirror one thing out of Japan, my opinion would be the lunches. Not only because it teaches the students important cooking skills or important life skills like the communication and working as a team, but it also can improve our health benefits it just skyrockets. And so according to Understanding Japanese Culture by Joy Hendry, the lessons it teaches them also build bonds between the students. So nothing will their communication settings will just be better because they'll build relationships and trust one another in not only making their food, but in the classroom as well. Thank you.